Hello, and welcome to part 15 of the series. In this video, I'm going to be teaching you how to gold mine. I'm first going to be showing you how to insta-mine gold, then I'm going to show you how to mine gold using the Maniac miner method, which is a more chill-based way of mining. So to insta-mine gold, you need to reach a mining speed of 36,001. To reach that, you are going to need to be in full Devon, and you're going to need a second drill with blue cheese. Now, if you don't have a second drill, that's fine. You won't get the rates I do, but you are going to need a blue cheese goblin omelet on your main drill if you don't have a second. But if you do have a second, just copy what I've got. A second drill with blue cheese and a perfectly cut fuel tank for the pickaxe ability cooldown. That is very important to have. Also, you're going to want the heated reforge on your second drill to make sure that you keep your speed when you drill swap, and you may as well put flow state on there. In your first drill, you can take out the perfect topaz and you can put perfect jade in there for more fortune, or perfect amber. I've put perfect jade in there because I know I can reach the mining speeds, and the extra fortune is very nice. I'll also be using a Phileo fortune, and on my main drill I also have powder coating, which gives me an extra 500 mining speed. Your tree doesn't need to look exactly like this, but as long as you have mining speed boost and sky mole, and then of course mining speed fortune and efficient miner, as well as old school for all fortune, and then at the top of the tree you also need mining fortune, mining speed. The rest does not matter except for keep it cool. You are going to want keep it cool. My tree only looks like that because I don't like resetting my tree, so I have every pickaxe ability that I need, and I just swap between them while I'm mining. So there is some mods for this. I like to use Sky Tails for hotkeys and Sky Honey for the custom wardrobe. I just click one button on my keyboard and then the wardrobe menu comes up, and then I just click a button on my mouse and I swap sets within seconds. It's not needed, but it will probably buff your rates, so keep that in mind. And my equipment isn't maxed. This is my equipment, not maxed at all, but I will be using a goblin pet with a quick claw on. You can just use a goblin pet with a bejeweled collar. The reason why you want a second drill with a blue cheese omelet is so you can have a Sunnyside goblin omelet part on your main drill for more fortune. So for the heated reforge, you are going to want to get as much heat as you can. I like to stay at around 95 heat. That is going to give you a lot of fortune and a lot of mining speed. So what I normally like to do is just find some lava, and once you're in the lava, you're going to want to take off your equipment because the blazing is going to give you heat resistance. You're also going to want to go into the tree and make sure keep it cool is off. And make sure you're not in Devon, because Devon also gives heat resistance. You're going to want to build up your heat to about 90 and then put on all of your equipment and enable your Heart of the Mountain perk after that. So we are about 90 there, so we can turn back on keep it cool, put on our equipment, and now we're fine. Now, for your lobby setup, you are going to want to be at Y64. You can check that in the F3 menu. But the reason why you want to be at Y64 is because you need to maintain your heat, and you need to be in Mines of Devon. If you don't find a Y64 lobby, your Goblin Pet perks won't work. If it says you're in anything other than Mines of Devon, your Goblin Pet perks will not work. So now we're going to get into the setup. You can see my flow state helper there. I'm on a streak of 200. You will want flow state for the extra 600 mining speed. It is huge. But all you're going to want to do here is when you have your flow state up, swap to Devon, swap to Rod for your pet rule, boom, use your ability, swap sets, and then you can insta-mine just like this. And you don't want to just insta-mine the normal flat gold. You want to aim for the mountains of gold. That is how you make the most amount of money. So what I mean by you don't want to aim for the normal gold like this here, 2-block gold, you don't want to aim for that. You want to aim for the big mountains of gold. And my pet rules for this is if I throw a fishing hook, my bow pet comes out. And when I gain mining XP, my goblin pet comes out. This is a decently maxed setup apart from equipment. So we're going to empty our sacks and compact all of our gold, get that out of here. And then we're going to start a 30-minute mining test and see exactly how much money we make. Now, don't get me wrong, ping does affect this. So if you have high ping, I would suggest just going for the Maniac miner method. But let's start the test. Okay, that is about our 30-minute test done. Now, one thing I will say is just make sure that you do turn on keep it cool after you have got your heat up. Do not forget that. Now, let's go and compact all of our gold. So the thing I like to do is recipe gold, and then just click the gold block, click the enchanted gold again, and then just shift click and turn all your gold into enchanted. I put my money in the personal bank, and now we're going to sell the gold. So this is what we made in about 30 minutes. So it's 12.9 million. So we get about 26 mil gold an hour. Obviously, there was a little bit of problems. I will say the best thing is to cover up holes like this. You'll find holes everywhere and it's just not very efficient for mining gold, especially when you're running an Insta-mining. So patch up holes as you go. That is what I would recommend. My money per hour probably would have been an extra mil or two if these holes were patched up, but because I was doing a 30-minute test, I wanted to make sure that I was spending as much time mining gold as possible. But 26 mil an hour mining gold with about 150 ping on average, it's not too bad. You're already a decent amount of time into watching this video. You know what you should do? You should like and subscribe. I put a lot of time into these videos and it would mean the world to me if you guys would like and subscribe. We also have a guild. Requirements are going to be in the description, and we have a Discord. That'll be in the pinned comment. I'm trying to hit 2.5k subscribers by the end of November, and it would mean the world to me if we could hit that. But enough yapping, let's get back to the video. And now we're going to get into the Maniac Miner method. So for this, we are going to turn on Maniac Miner, and your intelligence does matter, so make sure you have a power like Sighted or Bazaar. We're going to keep SkyMall off for this test because we had it off for last test. You still need a Y64 lobby for this because we're going to be using the Heated Reforge and Goblin Pet again. The only thing that changes is we're not going to be swapping armor sets. We can stay in Glossy Mineral for the whole time. Something I forgot to mention was you want Wisdom 5 on every single piece of your Glossy Mineral because you are going to need over 2k mana. So make sure you have Wisdom, make sure your Talisman power is on either Bazaar or Sighted, and make sure you've got the XP levels for Wisdom. It maxes out at 100 XP levels. And I don't remember if I said that I was going to use one of these, but you can buy Fillet O Fortune from the Bartender and the Dwarven Mines for 100k each. So we're now going to start another 30-minute test and start mining. Alright, that is the 30 minutes done. I've just deposited all my coins into the personal bank. We are going to quickly compact all of our gold. We barely had any gold in our pickup stash, so we don't have to worry about that. And we got 2 stacks 29 enchanted gold blocks. So this is about 12 million an hour. Honestly, Maniac Miner isn't that bad. It's pretty chill, but I would say Insta-mining is more fun. This is definitely a little more boring, but for putting in less effort, I could probably do this longer than I could do Insta-mining. So there's that to think about. Either way, don't get this wrong. I was on 130 ping, 150 ping now, spiking to 200 at times. My ping is all over the place. So if you have low ping, then you're going to be making a lot more money than I was gold mining, so have fun with that. Okay, and now I have a few tips. So what you want to do when you reach 100 heat is just jump up once. But so you don't jump up so many blocks, you should go to your booster cookie, toggle potion effects, and disable jump boost, and also disable rabbit. So now you just jump up one block. And because Y64 is the highest the magma fields is, jumping once takes your heat away so you don't waste too much time. Another tip is have as many mining sacks as you can. If you're insta mining, you're going to have a very, very large amount of items in your pickup stash. So it is very nice to just be able to put all your items from your pickup stash into your mining sacks. Using recipe gold is very, very nice because you can just click the enchanted gold blocks and then click the enchanted gold ingots and then shift click to craft the max amount of items that you can make with gold, and then you just click go back and then do the same to make gold blocks. It's as easy as that. But this is the end of the video. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. See you in the next one.